Where is it?
I thought I put it in your wallet, but I don't think I did. I think I left it in the other bag.
Yeah, but they're not gonna let us take the Tesla if we don't have our license.
I think I lost 3-hour drive. We gotta go back.
So we just drove away with our new Tesla Model 3, and the delivery process was good, but there were some things we wish we would have known to make the delivery a lot smoother, like some financial issues. So definitely keep watching this, and we'll give you 5 tips so you know how to be prepared for delivery day of your Tesla car.
Because I definitely agree with him. It definitely made things a little bit more rocky. And I feel like if we had known this in advance, we could have been a lot more smoother. So keep watching.
So tip number 1.
Let's start with the first tip. And now in this video, we're gonna actually have some bonus tips. So definitely stick around towards the end of the video because there's gonna be some extra sweet spots that we're gonna give to you. Because, you know, we're here to share it. You're our family, all right? So the first tip I would say is to make sure that everything's up to date on your Tesla account. So you'll basically, when you basically register to get this car, a Tesla car in general, you basically have an online account. You'll get a username and password. When you go under manage, under your account, you'll be able to have access to updates on your car. So basically you'll have access to, you know, your loan if you're going to finance, or if you're going to lease, depending on what your options that you're wanting to do.
You also have access to all the other deals with your car, order agreement form. There's some legal documents in there as well.
Basically, you'll get all your updates on this website. As well as the nice thing about Tesla, they don't only just use their online. They'll also, if there's an important information about your account, they will send you a text message as well as an email, which is nice. So let's go through specifically some more information in regards to that. So definitely make sure you're up to date on all of your information online, and constantly, if you have any questions or concern, call Tesla up. We call Tesla almost every single day the week prior to picking up our car. So kept on calling, make sure everything's up to date, especially now the coronavirus that's out currently. We wanted to make sure, is our car going to still be delivered? Are we still be able to get our car? Because it has their stores closed down. At this time, they're still doing deliveries, as well as you can pick up your car, so you don't have to worry about that. However, if you make a current order, like for example, it is March 21st, 2020. If you make an order today, for example, they even explain it'll be months until you'll be able to get your car. So definitely to help you out with getting some tips and tricks in regards to that, definitely make sure everything's up to date on the website for your car delivery day.
Yeah, and unfortunately you can't do it through the mobile app. It has to be on like a desktop website. You could do it on your phone, but not through the mobile app. We tried doing that. If you try to do the mobile app, just from the time that you make that first deposit and submit your order to the time of delivery, there's really nothing you could do in the mobile app. So that's
one tip I think definitely is important.
All right, so next tip.
So the next tip is to make sure that you have insurance for your car prior to delivery. And I recommend definitely shopping around, because you'll actually realize that we're having an electric car as well as a Tesla car. It's kind of considered a luxury car. So there are some certain insurance companies for cars that is going to be a lot more expensive. To tie in with that, I definitely recommend having 2 copies of your insurance cards. Why? Because you need one for your car in your glove compartment, as well as, I actually realized that day of, we actually emailed the night before a person from Tesla the insurance information, and when we actually arrived to the Tesla store, they also said, hey, do you have a copy of your insurance? And we only had 1 copy, so we couldn't give that to him. And even we sent an email the night before, but they still, I guess the system didn't register, so therefore we just emailed it to him, which was fine. But if you're a person that just want to expedite things and not have to have any hiccups, I recommend definitely carrying an extra copy of your insurance card.
Yeah, and be ready to have a copy of your insurance card on your phone as well, so this way, if in that case, you could just email it to the Tesla representative at the store, and that only took an extra minute or so, you know.
Like 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, everything adds up. So if you can keep an extra copy, it makes things a lot more smoother. Because you're so excited, you know. So you don't want to have any hiccups on your road to getting your new beautiful Tesla car. So the next tip I would recommend is to definitely have a checkbook with you available as a backup, as well as you can pay online through the Tesla app. They'll send you an email confirmation the night before, and you can actually pay whatever fees or outstanding balance that you required for the day of pickup. So actually, the night before, they actually send you an email, and you can go through the paperwork online and pay for your Tesla certain certain type of balance that you have left over in your account to pay. Even though you're financing your car, you still have to pay a certain amount, maybe down payment, fees, whatever extras you have to pay for. You have to do that online. So you can do that, or you can do it through your bank. Now, the big hiccup we had was we had our routing number and our account number ready. However, when you went through the app, when we were at the store, it actually took us to our website of, like for example, we had Wells Fargo. We had to sign into our username and password, but I totally forgot what my password was at that time. So I would recommend making sure you have a username and password available, ready to go, so you don't have that hiccup of like, oh my God, I have to actually go signing into my account.
The reason why is because we have like a password, I guess, reminder or whatever, where all our passwords, hundreds of passwords, are stored in this one thing. So every time we go to any website, bank website, we just go to it and it automatically logs us in. So we don't know any passwords to any website, pretty much.
And I thought it would be easy just to type it in. Like usually with the old-fashioned way, I'm so used to just typing in my router number and typing in my account number, and I thought that would have been it. But no, it's a little bit different with the Tesla app when you do pay for your car. If you think that's too much for you, you're not really tech savvy, you're not really a phone person, and you don't want to do it that way, you can actually bring a personal check with you, and you can pay that way. So that's definitely another option.
Or a cashier's check, they take that, but obviously personal check is a lot more convenient. Also, if you don't want to pay the day of, you could pay
the night before.
Or whenever. We decided we wanted to pay there just because with the whole Corona thing going on, we didn't know if there were going to be delays. Also, we're driving 3 hours, so we wanted to make sure we were there and pay there once we see the car, as opposed,
make sure there's no hiccups or anything like that.
If we lived like 10, 20 minutes away,
it would have been nothing.
Yeah, we could have paid on our own at home and it would be fine. Or even if we went to the store prior and talked to representatives, we probably could have done it before as well. But I think with our personal circumstances, we decided to wait until we were there, morning of, picking up the car before we would pay.
But if you really want it to be much faster and more easier transition, you pay the night before, you have 2 copies of your insurance cards, and you're pretty much set. So the next thing I'd recommend is to make sure you have your license on you. Your license as well as a copy of your license. God forbid something happens, you lose your license and you're stressed out. Make sure you have your license on you. And I recommend putting all of your documents into a folder, or like a manila folder, for example, so you have everything organized. You don't have to worry that, oh my God, I have it in my pocket, I have it in the car, because that can definitely be a little bit stressful. Another tip, if you do pay for your Tesla, your fees or whatever online prior to delivery, which is required, what you can do is as well sign your loan agreement. So if you have a loan, for example, if you're financing your car, which we did, you can actually do your loan agreement and agree to everything that is, have the time the night before, look over all your loan agreement, and you can actually continue with that. So the only thing you really would have to do is just give them your insurance card, show them your license, and all you have to do is a final signature of your loan agreement, which honestly would be pretty quick. So your main thing you have to focus on, which is important, is a little bit orientation. The next tip I would recommend, I know that with the coronavirus that a lot of people are concerned that, hey, I'm not going to get much of a big orientation, they're more limited. Yes, it might be limited with having groups of people. Sometimes in some facilities they have I don't know if they still do. They would have maybe a group of people. They'll go through orientation. They'll go through the car, and it'll be more extensive. But now it's more of a one-on-one experience, which I actually like. And the nice thing is that it's more of a one-on-one experience. So you'll have a person come to the car, show you the basics, and any questions or concerns that you have. So what is nice is that when you do come for our experience, which is March 21st, 2020, we had a person that brought us to our car, showed us the basics of the car, as well as any questions or concerns that we had. While at that point, you can actually focus just on that information. Have all your questions ready for yourself. If you're the type of person that needs to prepare the night before of like certain things that even though you watch on YouTube and you watch tutorial videos, it's still not sticking, I recommend making a list. Maybe 5 questions. Whatever questions you have it ready. So when you do go ahead and have that person go through the car with you, you can actually ask those questions at that point and not forget anything because you're so excited.
Next tip I have is when you're at the Tesla store. So for us, we're 3 hours away. So we were there, we wanted to make the most of it. So we took a ton of pictures, ton of videos of us with the car in front of the sign. If you're not into that type of thing, then it doesn't make a difference. But for us, you know, we're starting this channel, Tesla Spice, and we wanted to get a bunch of B-roll pictures, videos in front of the sign. So if you have that opportunity, fresh with your car, you just got it, I think that's a good opportunity for a photo op.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Another tip that I actually just thought about it just now on this video. There's something called Sentry mode.
Sentry mode, yeah.
Sentry mode, where you're able to film like as you're driving with your Tesla, if there's an accident, or you know, if you have to park your car and it actually records. Basically, it's kind of like a security blanket for your car. We actually didn't bring a hard drive or a USB disk.
Yeah, thumb drive. Like you're supposed to get like a 256 gig thumb drive, but I heard what's best is solid state drive, like a hard drive. And
why do you think that is?
Because supposedly the USB isn't meant to write and rewrite, because basically it's constantly filming, depending on what setting you have, and it's gonna rewrite over whatever you're filming if it's obsolete, because it's not gonna keep all of the data forever. So eventually it's gonna keep writing over itself. And supposedly with the thumb drive, it's not meant to handle that type of data writing. So that's why a solid state hard drive, external hard drive, is probably the best option.
And the reason why I say that is because, especially if for us, we're driving 3 hours away, there's a new car, it's definitely a different feel to it, and you're spending so much precious money, and you have this really cool security blanket with your car having Sentry mode. So if I had to do it again, I would have actually had that all organized and ready to go. That would have been another thing.
I agree, and I was thinking about that too. I was like, oh, we need to get the hard drive for Sentry mode, but there's so many things going on that we completely forgot. So that would be one thing that I would bring.
Another tip would be, if you wanted to be more prepared, you can sometimes, you know, depending on you may want to have accessories for your car, and you may want to use it right away. You don't want to mess up the carpet. For example, we actually we have a very busy life, for example. We may as well, but I wish I had gotten with a Tesla car, you don't get
floor mats.
So I would recommend definitely having your floor mats ready. We did remember to bring our we have children, and so we have a protector for the back seats for the kids. The kids are not with us right now. They're actually with their grandparents. But if you have kids with you, I recommend bring that with you so you can protect your seats to make sure everything is still safe and it doesn't get destroyed. Because naturally with kids, you know, things spill, scratch, color, you know, it's limitless. So definitely I'd recommend having all your accessories with you prepared, so you don't have to worry about having any issues with your car.
Yeah, and if you've had your Tesla car delivery day already, that's awesome, congrats. But let us know what your experience was like down in the comments below. And if you have any other tips that we may have missed, Definitely put that down in the comments below. This way you can help out the community and other people reading and watching the video.
All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.